We find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Evan McPherson has this one teed up, and off we go to wrap up this Sunday of action. Fields it right around the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. Leading this unit will be the big arm man out of Texas Tech. 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. And he is going to lose yardage here. Mahomes to throw once more. Man open, it's Toney. He's got it. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver. And as the season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Looking to throw is Mahomes. That's complete to Toney. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Throwing now is Mahomes. Right back to Toney. He's got another one. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. The opening drive, it continues, Charles, to be all pass, and it's working. Now they're on the doorstep of a touchdown here, 1st and goal.
Brandon, because it's working so well, I think the entire playbook is open for them right now. Do you want to run it? Do you want to continue to throw it? Spin the dial. Make your choice. But right now, you like what you're doing in this possession.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Elliott. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal. Here's Mahomes to throw. A dump off to Elliott. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
Well, there certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
Cade York on now for the field goal from the right hash, and this one just a chipping. York able to send this one through, and the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So the long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here are the Panthers under head coach Matt Rule. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And what a performance in his last game. A couple of touchdown passes, that was positive.
But more than 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not what he's looking for. What did Vince Lombardi say, though? Winning isn't everything.
It's the only thing. And
that's what he hangs his hat on after last week's game.
They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley until the 22-yard line. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll go to Barkley again. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. There's Chris Olave. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the 1st down there, help them relax a little bit.
2nd down and 3. Play action. It's Lawrence. It's Barkley once again bringing in the catch. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. This one goes out wide for Barkley. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On play action, Lawrence. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Well, they're not hiding who their central focus is on offense. Charles, he already now has 4 receptions here on this opening drive.
And I know people who are watching the game are thinking, did they forget about him in the defensive game plan? But it's actually been the opposite. They're giving him a lot of attention, but he's been very creative and savvy in his route running and finding seams and openings in order to create these completions.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Lawrence. He completes it to Olave. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 21. A gain there of 21 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Well, with Saquon Barkley, you often think of the elusiveness, the quickness, but he can definitely run with purpose as well, and he's able to shed a tackler there and continue on.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy is made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a third down coming up. On play action, it's Mahomes. To Crowder, and he's got it on the crossing route. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now here's Mahomes. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Panthers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Here's Lawrence. To Barkley on the check down. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now Lawrence on 1st down. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Throwing again on 2nd down. Lawrence to the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Lawrence going to throw again. Got an open man. It's Olave. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 95 catches for him now on the year, and it's a first down. 3rd and 4, he did just enough, and I mean just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
On 1st down, Lawrence. Catch made by Watson on the out route. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Jamar Chase with touchdown number 7 on the year. And his guys are able to strike for 6. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
McPherson now for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. That'll be caught. It's Tony. Touchdown, Vikings. Kadarius Toney, 68 yards. And the Vikings have got it back to within a score. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. Lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Trevor Lawrence, helmet on, ready to go as he brings out this offense. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watched the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate, the receivers catch it, the ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, ball never hits the ground there either.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Ran a perfect defense in this situation. Would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. As the offense reemerges, there's wide receiver Kadarius Toney leading him out. He's done his part, but so far it's been in a losing effort, so they've got to fix something.
But that doesn't mean changing anything, the way they're throwing the ball around and his catches and production. Keep doing that. They're going to have to fix some things likely on defense to try and slow down their opponents.
But so far he's north of 100 yards receiving. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. This one caught by Crowder. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Going to gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
A first down carry by Elliott. He'll get this up to about the 44. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Mahomes on third. Quick slant to Crowder. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Mahomes now to throw. Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
10 more yards. Complete to Jalen Waddle.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Cade York on now for the field goal. On the right hash. Officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. York able to send this one through. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, had he opted for the touchback. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit hot.
He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So, roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7. Now Lawrence. Caught on a slant. Touchdown, Panthers. Scotty Miller. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're supposed to do with good field position. You make the other side pay when you don't have far to go for the score.
McPherson on for the point after. And with that, the lead is up to 8. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And out now come the Vikings. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp. and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Harrison Smith on the coverage.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mahomes got his man complete over the middle. That's Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Over the middle, complete. It's Williams. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Mahomes' throw is taken in by Waddle. And he's got this down to the 35. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. York able to send this one through, and that'll get the lead down to 5. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks will tell us end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we come upon halftime intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started out at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City.
Hey, we get it. No time to waste. Playoffs starting next week. We skip right over halftime and get back to the action. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
On second down, here's Barkley. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. On third down, Lawrence gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10 at the 41. Now Lawrence to throw. Olave over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Barkley, inside handoff. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And he'll find Chase on the right side complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage, and that's exactly what he got done there.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here that's close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Lawrence will throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
On for the field goal now is Evan McPherson. This just a 24-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good, and that'll push the lead up to 8. But looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the 2nd half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get involved in the end zone.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Mahomes. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He'll drop this down to Williams. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
On 3rd down, you'll give them that. You just want to make sure that you play the first down line. They were able to get him down and force the punt.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Taken in at the 22. Oh, nice move. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now Now Lawrence. Throw left side, complete to Chase. Finding room at midfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. And this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. And we'll step aside and be right back. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They go play action with Lawrence. Buying time to his left. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. Again, it's Lawrence. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now here's Michael Dixon. He'll boot it away from about his 35. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. They go play fake. Mahomes. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback. It looks like, yes, it is 6 defensive backs on the field for Carolina.
They're going with a dime set. Here's Mahomes to throw. On the catch, it's Crowder. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be fourth down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on third down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance of yards after the catch there, and they stopped him short.
Here's Tressway now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And he went on the move there and started rolling out. I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And they'll start with great field position, trying to get back into this one. It's 1st and 10 here. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Mahomes. Open man is Waddle, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Mahomes going to throw. Complete. Smith has it. And out of bounds right around the 20. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Open man is Eskridge. That's complete. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. 1st and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. Williams going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. With his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. Mahomes will throw for it. That's caught. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done. Get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 1. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Carolina offense making their way out. We take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And right now they're in that number 2 spot. They would love to hold on to that, but obviously first things first. They want to clinch the division.
And that's what everyone plays for. Win your division first, guarantees you a spot in the playoffs, but still a nice spot to be in. Not as good as it was when the number 2 seed meant a first-round bye. That's all changed with the new playoff system, but still a nice spot to be in.
It's the game of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Again, it's Barkley. He doesn't find a ton of space following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned it all away. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
I wonder if they're wandering back to the huddle thinking to themselves, can we just hit rewind and go back a play? Definitely not the down they wanted to begin this drive by giving up a sack. But for the defense, that's exactly how they drew it up.
Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Mahomes now to throw. And incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Now Mahomes. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
A 52-yard attempt.
York able to send this one through, and they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Carolina getting set to take the field. And they really need to forget about their last time out, the turnover that led to a field goal. So now they try to regroup, trailing in the final quarter. Obviously, they'd love a touchdown, but 3 would suffice. They begin with a run by Barkley. 58 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go play action now. Lawrence. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Got a man open, it's Chase. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Well, hang on now, we're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Second down at 4. Here's Lawrence. The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense. So he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Lawrence. And a completion to Wilson. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we're watching them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw brought in by Watson. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Lawrence's throw brought in by Watson. Not able to go anywhere that time. Second down. He caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
On third down, Lawrence. And he fires one that's intercepted. And now the rookie's free. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
York now for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. And we'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. Lawrence will try again after the pick six. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Devontae Wyatt able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Lawrence. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be a third and about 13. Now Lawrence. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Here's Lawrence to throw. And he'll go right back to chase. That's caught again. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here going to be caught by Wilson. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 18. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Lawrence going to throw again. And it's caught. And he's brought down. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Here's Lawrence. Dancing to his left. That's caught at the 2. And he is going to lose yardage here. Back to throw. Lawrence. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. A lot of tired bodies on that field. But this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Throwing now. Lawrence. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Panthers 31.
So they got their touchdown, now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. Tenth carry now for Elliott. Down to the 42, 2nd down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They go to Elliott again. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Mahomes to throw. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And they will take a knee here. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, found that come-from-behind victory. They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for the Vikings, they conclude the regular season with a final record of 11.